My name is Lisette Withers. I live here in South Africa near the town of Knysna.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Ever since I was a child, I've had a special love for animals.
Hello, guys. Hello. Hello, Charlie.
I've always taken in any animal in need. And my husband Ian got used to the endless menagerie that shared our home.
Hello, Harry. Here you are, my big boy. Come, Harry. Come, my big boy.
He came to me one day
Here, Harry.
and asked me if I would like to adopt 2 baby elephants.
There you are.
At this moment, I thought he'd lost the plot.
Hello, everybody. Have you all come along? There you are.
In fact, without realizing it,
Hello, Tosh.
he had just offered me the most beautiful gift,
Hello, my sweet.
the gift of a second family. Looking at the forest, sometimes I think I can hear them. How many of them remain? Only the forest will know. Here on our farm, we've taken these elephants and given them a home. Slowly but surely, one by one, we welcomed new arrivals and formed a herd, a family.
Yeah, baby.
My family.
Hello, sweetheart. Yeah. All right, Tosh. The elephants at the park come a long way. We first got Harry and Sally way back 16 years ago, and they're all orphans. We've managed to pick up the herds from various places. Any elephant that is in trouble, this is a home for them.
Through love and care, I've grown to know each one. Their trusting nature, amazing strength, but also their need for love and family ties. This never ceases to amaze me. But my story is also one of new beginnings, of the rebirth of a mythic group of elephants that once existed in this area. The elephants of the Knysna Forest. The story begins almost like a fairy tale. Once upon a time, in a far-off place in Africa, facing the Indian Ocean, there was a thick and impenetrable forest. When civilized man arrived in the region, they discovered strange paths leading through the thick vegetation. By following these paths, they were able to penetrate easily into the depths of the forest, to its hidden riches. These paths had existed for time immemorial and were the work of the forest's masters, the elephants. This forest was theirs. But for the elephants, the fairy tale soon turned into a nightmare. They became a nuisance, an enemy, whose valuable ivory was just a gunshot away. In little over 20 years, the nearly 500 Knysna elephants were decimated. My husband Ian knows the forest well, and he told me their story.
Drought has taken its toll on these trees. My grandfather was a forester and saw many, many elephants, and he reckoned there were about 25 when he was a young man 17 years ago. The foresters realized there was only one elephant left. since then they have found signs of other elephants, but I doubt if there are more than a handful, and there can't be more than about 5 elephants left in the forest. During the 1980s, it became apparent that the then government, the apartheid government, was losing a lot of control, and that things would soon change in this country. South Africa had always been a pariah as far as tourism was concerned. No one wanted to come to our country, so tourism wasn't a big thing. And it was then that I turned my interest to looking for something that would work within tourism. And my childhood roots then came back, and my memories of the stories that my grandfather told me about the elephants in the forest became a passion. And I realized that not only could I achieve a goal in bringing back elephants to the Knysna Forest once more, as my great-grandfather and my grandfather had seen, but that this could also create employment, and it would also be a huge lesson for conservation, that bringing the elephants back into an area where they had been decimated and telling that story to visitors would create a huge conservation message that hadn't been told before.
In 1994, following the transition to democracy in South Africa, an amazing energy swept over the country. With Ian, we thought that now was the time to return justice to the elephants of Knysna. By creating the Knysna Elephant Park, we hope to educate the public and once more bring elephants back into the region. But we had absolutely no idea where to start. Until one day, our paths crossed Harry and Sally. I never for one moment realized what a turning point in my life that would be. When Harry arrived, he was about 5 years old. He was the cutest baby elephant. If he could eat and play and get up to any mischief, he was very happy. On the other hand, Sally had not been looked after very well. She was suffering from malnutrition, and this poor little girl needed lots of extra love and nurturing. The day we finally brought Harry and Sally home, I must say, we were overcome with joy and a huge sense of responsibility. Today, Harry and Sally have grown into 2 impressive young adults. And over the years, we've traveled an amazing path together. Sally is now the matriarch of the herd. She guides and rules the family. She's never been a mother herself, but looks after the little ones as though they were her own. I think Sally and I share a similar mothering instinct, and maybe that's why we understand each other so well. In the beginning, I must admit that I was a little apprehensive of Harry and Sally. I felt uneasy, but it didn't take me long to realize that they were also quite afraid of me. Slowly but surely, we overcame our uncertainties, learned to trust each other, and an unbelievably deep bond was formed. It's an amazing thing with animals. It's me teaching them and them teaching me that we can actually trust each other. That bond that was formed, I knew, hello my boy, I knew that they would be safe with me and I would be safe with them.
Children, I introduce you to Harry and Sally.
We've got a little local school here that never ever in their wildest dreams would they be able to afford to go to anywhere where there's elephants. We adopted this little school, and that is how our whole educational program started, was through this little school coming through to come and see the elephants. Okay, now.
Touch here, behind the ear. Feel how soft it is. Do you see this vein here? It's his cooling system. How does it feel to be close to the elephants?
I like it. to touch the ear and the skin of the elephant.
There was no school bus. There was no transport. These little children walked about 15 kilometers all the way from their school down this dusty road to come and meet Harry and Sally. And that was when everything started changing. We went and got a vehicle. We built a trailer because we then realized that if you go and fetch children, you can only fit so many kids in one bus. But if you take Harry to the school, you can see the whole school.
Standing next to Harry gives me a feeling of insignificance, humbleness, his sheer size, his strength, but also his gentle nature, makes me take a good look at myself. What do I stand for, and how should I relate to things around me? There's an incredible attraction to elephants, almost a need to reach out to them. It's like a force that draws you. It's a unique experience to be touched by an elephant. We wouldn't be where we are today if it had not been for Harry and Sally. They were the first. They welcomed the others. They showed us the way, and they've come to represent everything that this park stands for today.
Come, Sally.
Walking amongst the herd, seeing the way they interact with each other, I'm convinced that humans could learn a lot more from them. For me, it's an enriching experience to share my life with elephants. They're an endless source of inspiration. When we started this project, nobody believed in us. But 5 years later, the elephants were doing well, the park was becoming known, and at last we were taken seriously. It was then that the Kruger Park asked us to take in an abandoned baby elephant. We didn't hesitate for one moment and set off to go and fetch him.
And there was this tiniest, little, cutest baby elephant you'd ever seen in your life. What we did with that little guy, we tried to be the mother. We never left his side. We slept with him on the mattress. We cuddled him because he needed that security. So the bond between us was unbelievable. Satara prospered. He was doing really well. And one Monday morning, we put him on the scale, and he was 13 kilograms down from the Sunday morning. Immediately we phoned the vet and said, there's something wrong. Oh, rubbish, he says, the scale's not calibrated properly. Lisette, there is nothing wrong with this elephant. You are a neurotic mother. And I can remember being on the phone early hours of the Thursday morning. It was 2:45 in the morning, where I phoned my vet and I said to him, you have to come out. This elephant's, there's something desperately wrong. And he said, well, I'll come out in the morning. And while I was talking, I said to him, just hold on a moment. Went down to the elephant and touched the elephant's eye and it didn't move. I said, don't worry. It's too late. The elephant has died. And he said, it's done what? I said, well, so much for me being a neurotic mother. The elephant has died. And Ian and I took the little guy and we went and wrapped him up in his blanket and buried him in our garden. And I felt as though it was my fault. I felt as though I had failed him and I had done something wrong. That day I decided that this park would become something that can be recognized. It would become a park where people, doesn't matter where they are, that have got elephants, can turn to for information. Over the years, our family has grown as I've come across more and more elephants needing a home. It's been an amazing journey. We've taught each other so much. Each individual comes with their own story, their own experience, and their own character. No matter what their background, all of them have found a place in their new family. I think they quickly understood that they had found safety. It's now very rewarding to see them today living a normal and happy elephant life. I know it's only a few, but at least for the ones here, we've made a difference. Shungu and Mashadu are my two little boys. From the day they met, they created a strong bond. Shungu was born here on the 1st of January 2008. Mashadu arrived as a little orphan a few weeks later. Finding a playmate of the same age was so important for Mashadu. It really helped him overcome his sad start in life. Elephants have a defined and disciplined social structure. It's what I find the most interesting about them. I think it would be wonderful if humans could sometimes follow their example. To know more about the complex bonds elephants share, we decided to start our own research unit. I asked scientist Dr. Debbie Young to join the team. Hi, Debs.
Hi, how are you?
All right, and you?
Hi.
How are things going?
Good. Yeah, it's a good day. Watching Keisha today. But it's interesting to see that if you compare the relationships between Keisha and Sally and Thandi and Sally, completely different. There's a far stronger bond between Sally and Thandi than Sally and Keisha.
Unbelievable. I would have thought it would have been the other way around.
No.
I would have thought Sally, knowing that she's an orphan, Keisha being an orphan, that the two of them...
Yeah, but I think by the looks of things, just looking at Thandi, and she is a matriarch in the making. Yeah. And Keisha will submit to most of the other animals, whereas Thandi won't. They'll allow Thandi to do a lot more than they'll allow Keisha.
It's amazing, Debs. You're doing amazing work here.
It's amazing what you can learn from just watching them. There's no technical equipment or anything, necessary. You literally just learn by observing, and you pick up the nuances, the little changes.
Watching you first standing out here with your volunteers in the sun, doing absolutely nothing. I didn't realize that you would produce the reports that you are producing. So thanks for that. Looking back with retrospect, I'm amazed to see how much we've actually achieved. We could never have done this alone. Over the years, I've been fortunate enough to build up a devoted team. They've contributed to making it all possible. From now, it's a very, very... Along with Greg Vocht, the manager of the park, and Dr. Debbie Young, we are always looking for new ideas and ways to improve the lives of all elephants in a semi-captive environment. I don't know.
We have 12 elephants that are hands-on. We have the ability to monitor them 24 hours a day. We can tell you what they're eating, how they're behaving, how they're interacting, all of those things. No, we come very close to the wild situation in that we have the matriarchal herd and we have a bachelor herd, and we're able to monitor both of them separately and together. So over time, we're going to be able to build up one of the most comprehensive, concise data sets that's going to give us insight into elephant biology that's difficult pretty much to obtain from anywhere else in the world.
Greg, from our last meeting, where are we at now with the process of the academy?
Okay, the first course is going to be run on the 18th of November. I've sent you an email that summarizes all of that. There's a range of courses that include zookeepers and general public, people who are really interested, but mainly people that intend to work with animals, and then the zookeepers course. And then there's the South African context. Very interesting. We discussed last time the concept of people in general working with animals.
I just want both of you to just never forget one thing, and that my original brief is that I don't want to lose focus of what we are doing. Whatever we do is for our elephants and for the management of the domesticated elephants within South Africa, and specifically the Knysna Elephant Park and the projects that we are busy with. Today, the team consists of 70 people. Together, they look after the elephants and are ready to welcome our visitors. Just preparing the evening meal each day involves nearly 2 tons of food, enough to discourage even the most motivated of mothers. But like every mom knows, it comes down to good planning. This area is called the boma. Everything takes place here. It's both the bedroom, the dining room, and where the elephants get medical attention. The boma is really their space. Each elephant has his own enclosure, but they are all together and can interact freely. The elephants know that a good meal, security, and plenty of love and care is waiting for them every evening. Elephants have a very poor digestive system. They only absorb 40% of what they eat. That's why every day they spend 18 hours eating. The food we prepare for them is very important. It makes up almost half of their daily dietary needs. Precise nutrition is of vital importance. We need to make sure that everyone has his fair share. But like with all children, my brother's plate always seems to look bigger than mine. Hello guys. Tatu, what do you do here, Snoopy? Huh? You want some more food? You want? I'll get you some. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Oh, she's your baby. She's your little tattoo. Oh, it's your little tattoo. Harry, I'm coming. Calm down. Hello, my big girl. Hello, Tosh. There you are. There you are, Toshi. Hi, sweetheart. Harry, what are you doing to the gates? Are you being naughty? Harry? What are you doing? You want some water? Are you being naughty, Harry? There you are. Okay. I'll give you some, Harry. There you are. There you are. That's better. You sleep nicely, see? You have sweet dreams, my boy. Good night, Shaka. Good night, my boy. Okay, Shepherd. Good night. Good night. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Dear Lord, at the beginning of this new day, we ask for your guidance. Help us to stay true to your teachings of honesty and truth. As we start our work, we know we put our lives into your hands. God, can you protect us up to the end? Amen.
Morning, everybody. So, was there any problems with the elephants yesterday?
Harry isn't responding very well to commands. You have to insist several times in order for him to respond to the commands.
Yeah, I noticed that in the field yesterday as well. Just please be careful. He's big. He's a bull. He could be coming into must. So just be aware. Don't force him to do anything he doesn't want to do. If he wants to be on his own, please let it be.
Okay, so from here to we get inside and do about 5-6 minutes quality handling, and after that we take them out. Right.
Our handlers at the park have a very special relationship with the herd. They're with the elephants the whole day and never leave their sides. Every morning, they gently reaffirm their bond with the elephants.
Oh, steady, girl. Steady. Oh, girl, steady.
For each elephant, their individual enclosure is like their own private space, like their own bedroom. It's important that the elephants feel secure, that they feel safe, and that nothing inside that space will be threatening to them. The team working here is devoted and dedicated to the elephants. They understand each other completely and share a deep trust, almost like an old friendship. To be able to build up this level of understanding with an elephant, the handlers need to have a lot of patience, dedication, and most importantly, a long-term commitment.
Come on.
There has to be a certain amount of discipline and understanding to be able to keep elephants in a controlled environment where they can move around freely. The daily training sessions we do is a way of reminding them of the basic commands that they've learnt. For me, it's about educating them, not teaching them to do tricks. For example, we teach an elephant to pick up its foot or go down, so that if there's ever a problem, a vet can do an inspection without having to tranquilize the animal. We train the elephants by rewarding them, never by using punishment or force.
Down, elephant steady, and stand on the back of the elephant.
But the most important thing is that the elephant learns that they can trust us and prove that we can trust them. It's really like with a child. The more we can trust them, the greater freedom we can give them. If the elephants didn't trust the handlers, they wouldn't stay like that. They would immediately get up.
Down.
Having this level of trust is the result of years of hard work, both for the handlers and the elephants alike.
Get up.
Elephants are highly intelligent and naturally curious. They like to be intellectually challenged. That's why I think they enjoy working with their handlers and learning new things together as a team.
Steady. Hold down for present good.
Sometimes we don't need to teach them at all. By observing each other and teaching each other, they seem to learn a lot more and a lot quicker, even the smallest of details. A good example, when we hold out food to an elephant, their natural reflex is to pick it up with the tip of the trunk, which works like 2 fingers. One day, I noticed that Harry worked out that if he turned his trunk around, he could pack in a whole lot more food.
It went down his nose.
Just from observing Harry, soon all the other elephants were doing exactly the same thing. With big appetites like theirs, who knows what they're going to come up with next?
Don't go in between or behind, and don't bend down in front of the elephants. And then you just take a piece at a time in a flat hand.
Our elephants are still a huge success with our little school, with all children in general. Compared to adults, children have a very spontaneous reaction. There's a unique energy. The elephants seem to pick up on this. They respond differently.
Just one piece at a time, slowly. One piece at a time. Whose charge is this one?
Okay, Mashiru, he's a little orphan. Since this park opened, we've welcomed thousands of visitors. If only 10% of the people who pass through our doors do something for conservation or elephants, then for me, the hard work we put in is all worthwhile.
Hello, Sally. Hello, my baby.
A few weeks ago, Tatu had quite a bad eye infection. This morning, we're going to check up on it and see how well it's healing. Little Keisha, her best friend, is here to reassure her. We're going to have a look at this little thing's eye. Hello, Tatu. Hello, my little girl. Can we look at your eye?
Can you see? Okay, it's okay. It's all right, girl. It's all right. It's all right. There we go. Good. Clever.
16 years ago, very little was known about treating elephants in captivity. If an elephant was sick, it was left to die and then would be replaced by another one.
Much better. It's okay. It's okay.
Come, my sweetheart.
See just there.
Yes, I can see it, yeah.
Because there's a spot like this.
I've gained a lot of knowledge over the years from having been involved in various situations trying to save sick and injured elephants.
Good girl. One more.
Okay, well, fantastic. One occasion in particular stands out. I was called to help save a group of badly burnt elephants. A bushfire to the north of the country had taken the lives of nearly a whole herd. I'll never forget when I first saw them. I could feel and smell their pain. Together with a medical team, we worked with these elephants day and night for 3 months. As sad as what it was, we learned a tremendous amount and finally managed to save 9 of them. We've just finished with little Tatu's eye and she's impatient to get back to the herd. She doesn't even seem to know which way to go. The handlers are pointing her in the right direction and with ears flapping, off she goes. What is interesting here is how her friend Keisha picks up on her stress, rushes to help. She takes her protective role very seriously and even tries to bump Sally out of the way. Come on, Tatu, come on, baby. Okay, so now when you give her bottle, always make sure that the hole is on top. Okay, sweetheart. And you hold the bottle there and you let her drink.
Okay.
Oh, okay. She's not going to steal it from you, don't worry. All right. And that's 1 2-litre finished, that quickly. All right.
There's Keisha on the side.
That is Keisha. And I want to show you how clever she is. Are you clever? Come, take your own bottle. Come, take it. Clever girl, you clever.
That's the hat.
All finished.
No more.
There you are, all finished. It's finished. Look, it's empty. See? It's empty. All finished. It's finished, my sweetheart. It's finished. See? Oh, it's finished, Mommy. It's finished. All done. Now, little Keisha, the reason why she still remembers her bottle is because we got her when she was about 2 weeks old. So she still associates to the bottle. And that's why Keisha and little Tatu are so close, because they come from a very similar background. Yeah. And Keisha has adopted Tatu.
Cute.
At times I wonder if our elephants are happy. Have I done enough? Do all my efforts make a difference for them? Well, the answer came early one morning. Nandi was showing a lot of signs of stress. She was moving the back of her body. She was going down on one leg and up and down on the other leg and up. And the next minute, this whole little baby just emerged and plopped down onto the ground. Suddenly there's this little baby, and it happened in a matter of seconds. It was absolutely amazing. There's very few people that actually physically witness the birth of a baby elephant. Tundi's birth was an enormous accomplishment for the park. To have a natural birth in a semi-captive environment is a tremendous achievement. It confirmed to me that our elephants are happy and have made this their home. With the arrival of a new generation, it was now confirmed that our legacy would carry on long after us. Because all the elephants were originally orphans, Tundi's birth was an important learning experience for the elephants and for us. With her natural mother and the rest of the herd protecting her, I knew I could now take a step back and watch little Tundi safely go out and explore the world. She's 6 years old today. She's a wonderful little elephant, and watching how she's grown up, how Nandi has nurtured her through her whole little young existence, it's been absolutely amazing watching her do it. So dealing with these animals, you have some sad moments where you experience a whole lot of emotions, and then you have little happy ones like this, watching babies being born and them being brought up. My own daughter, Nolene, was 12 when Harry and Sally joined the family. She grew up with them and they shared their childhood together.
Keisha, is that a little one, eh?
Keisha and
Hello,
little
Mac.
Tatu.
Hi, Nolene.
How are you?
I'm fine, and
How's
yourself?
it going? Going well?
Everything's
Good,
fine,
good.
yeah.
How are your children's doing?
They're all doing fine.
Yeah,
And
got
that's
big
good to
now,
see.
Mac. Oh, so they're nice and dusty, eh?
Yeah, I've been rolling in the mud.
But look how quickly their tusks grow, hey, both.
No, they do grow quickly, eh?
That was the size Harry was when he arrived.
Yeah, he was, eh?
Hey?
Remember
Shoulder
when
up.
I used to come home from school and Harry used to try and get all the sweets out my blazer pocket. He used to dig into my pocket and look for the sweets.
I remember the time with the oranges, when you were walking down
And
with the
I
oranges.
kept stepping back and he was just putting it, he just wanted the oranges.
You were throwing them over your head.
Yeah, now he's a big boy.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. You can't believe that he's so big now. So there's little baby Harry, Bugs.
Hey, Harry.
It was very difficult because I had this 12-year-old little daughter who needed all my attention. And then suddenly I got this elephant family who in actual fact were younger than Nolene, much younger. They needed so much care.
Yeah.
I was down with the elephants the whole day, the whole week. My life was consumed with elephants. And suddenly...
Well, remember, you and Ian used to be with the elephants, and then I used to come home, I used to go into the curio shop, and then you came out the curio shop, and so it was sort of a routine that we all fitted into the picture. And
Well, in the beginning, it was the three of us.
Yeah.
Having a little baby and having a child of my own certainly helps you with the elephants, because they also need that love and they also need the nurturing, and I try to fulfill that mothering role for the elephants. It's a unique experience for me to be in this forest with Harry and Sally. I always think of the wild elephants of Knysna that once walked these paths. This was their home, and walking in their footsteps, I believe we recreate the link that once existed between the elephants and this forest. Throughout history, elephants have been persecuted, the victims of human greed and expansion. As far as I'm concerned, the extermination of these animals is a terrible indictment on mankind. Today, being able to see Harry and Sally here brings me a deep feeling of peace and justice. There are people who ask, why should we save the elephants? After all, they don't really serve any purpose. They're destructive and at times dangerous. I've been told that they are a cumbersome luxury that mankind can ill afford. Well, for me, when I try to imagine a world without elephants, a world entirely made to man's measure, it's a world that is empty and inhuman. A world without a future. The more I live with elephants, the more I admire and respect them. In my opinion, by saving elephants, we are saving humanity. If someone asked me today if I could have my life over, what would I do? The answer's simple. I would start right back with Harry and Sally. The laughter and the tears, little Sitara and all the other experiences, to end up exactly where I am today. Every morning I realize just how honored and privileged I am to be able to share my life with these elephants, this family. My family.